Hey guys, Zach here. Just a very, very quick message before we kick things off. Really enjoyed putting that together, and a special thanks to Unbiased Rugby and to the Rugby Analyst for being a part of it. Now, this is the first in 3 parts. To see the other 2 parts, you're going to have to go over and check out Unbiased Rugby. He will be releasing part 2 on his channel, and over to Rugby Analyst, where he will be releasing part 3 on his channel. And part 3 is very, very important, guys, because that's where you get to have your say and where you vote for the winner. So if you haven't checked out their channels, please go and do so. They release some fantastic rugby content, which is exactly what we need amidst all this craziness. That's it from me, guys. Let's get to the video. Enjoy. Okay, we are live. Hello, everyone, and welcome to this is the inaugural Tri-Nations Player Draft between Hakatime Rugby, Rugby Analyst, and Unbiased Rugby. How are we doing, guys? Rich, Don, how are we?
Excellent. Thanks for organising.
Yeah, no, thank you. I think it's my 4th week on the trot at staying at home.
Yeah, 4 for me as well.
Yeah, I think I'm into 6 weeks now, so I've had a lot of time to think and prepare on this one. Okay, what I'll do is I'll just run through the rules so that everyone's aware of what we're doing and how we're doing it. But in terms of the rules, so the idea is that we're coming up with a world's best 15. We'll each select 15 players. The key here is it's draft format, so we cannot select any duplicates. Only active players, obviously no retirees. There are a number of players, I think, who are injured, but are still obviously in contention and active from a playing perspective. We're going to do this in 3 parts. So round 1 will be the first 5 player selections. Round 2, second 5 player selections.
Zach, so are you saying you can pick Dan Carter?
Well, he's an active player, isn't he?
I hadn't thought about that.
It would be a nice touch having the greatest first 5 to ever play the game in a team. I'll tell you that. Maybe debatable, but I think he's an active player, so he's well in contention.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah, why not? And then obviously, 3rd round is the final 5 players in the team. Now, the order we have determined just using a random selection, so we'll run through that in a bit. But the idea is that we will change that order after each round, and there will be a trading round as well, which will happen after each of the 3 rounds. So that's our opportunity to negotiate and barter and haggle a little bit and potentially trade players between teams.
That's my strategy.
That's your strategy. Drive a hard bargain and try and extract the best players through negotiation?
I'll try and buy all your players and then swap them back.
Very, very good. The idea is that at the very, very end of this, we'll run a user poll, a viewer poll. So those that are viewing will select the winner of this discussion. So please be prepared to vote, have your say, and let us know which team you think is best. Now, in terms of the order, now this might look a little bit biased. Obviously, I'm hosting here, and there is my name right at the beginning. But we did do a very random selection.
You work in IT, don't you, Zach?
I do work in IT, yes.
Yeah. You can easily rig that.
Well, I could also say you've put it in my hand, so you may have opened the door on that one. But yep, through random selection, Hakatime Rugby is first, and this is the order in which we can select. So you'll see here it does change through each of the rounds. What's interesting here is that, for Unbiased Rugby between round 1 and round 2, you'll have 2 selections on the trot there. So an ability to really cement some combinations.
That's the plan.
That's the plan. And then as we go, I will record the lists, and then that will be easy for everyone to see. And at the end, we will ask for people to choose the winner. So let's start with you, Rich. What's your strategy for this?
Okay. So I reckon the best teams generally have the best players. So I'm literally going to pick the best players and maybe towards the end start thinking a little bit about balance. Mm-hmm. There's quite a few players I want that can play multiple positions, so I'm not going to worry too much about positions until maybe I'm about 9 or 10 players in. Mm-hmm. I just want the best players in the world, and then I'll kind of start fitting them in. And if it's really looking unbalanced, I might try and swap some players.
Nice. What about you, Don? What's the plan? What's the strategy?
I've got a few players in mind that I feel are must-haves in any team. I've decided to work from the captain outwards. So I've thought of a captain, a leader, and then built my team around that. And then I've tried to balance it with each round. Try to choose some forwards and some backline players. But I've got all my numbers here in front of me of how I want to choose. And if somebody chooses something else, then my tactic to change. But there are actually quite a few positions where there's so much depth that I'm actually not going to even worry about them until right at the end.
Yep, there's a few that I'm not worried which three I get, to be honest.
Yeah. No, I went through the list and mapped out. Okay, so we're going to end up with 45 players through selection here. So if I map out who I think are the third best in each position, which of those would I be okay with? That's probably the starting point. That's probably the starting point for me. But I'm going to really focus on combinations. I want to come away from this with a clear strategy that's very, very clear based on the selections. So I want to be able to say I've either got the most mobile loose forward trio, I've got the most physical centre pairing, I've got the whatever it is, the best scrummages. I'd like to walk away with some clear combinations in my team that show the strengths and strategy that I'm going to play. That's my plan.
You're not going to go for an 8-0 bench.
Oh, it's tempting.
The South Africa are working towards that, aren't they?
Yeah, well, it's on the cards.
Yeah, it's the evolution of rugby at the moment. I think we're moving towards an 8-0 bench. Okay, any final thoughts, gents, before we kick things off?
Let's go for it.
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. So this is actually a bit of a pressure on this selection. First selection, best player in the world. Now, we know who's been voted best player in the world.
Yeah.
I want someone I can build a team around. And in particular, I'm a Kiwi, so I want someone that I can build a backline around. The first thing I'll say is that this player has been out of selection. He's been out of position, right? He's not a 15, he's a 10. And his name is Beauden Barrett.
You've taken it. My number one.
So Beauden Barrett enters the Hakatime rugby team at number 10.
Yeah, fine.
Okay. Second selection, Rugby Analyst.
Right, well, but I was going to get Beauden Barrett, for sure.
Would you select him at 15?
I'd see who else I got. I'll see who else I got first. Either I'd have him at 10, 15, and on the wing, actually.
Okay.
I'm going to take, I think, somebody you want, but I actually do want them. I'm going to take the best flanker in the world who can play all three positions. Ardy Surveyor, please.
Oh,
nice.
And where would you like to start him at? You can always move around. Tell me where you want to put him.
Do I have to say now?
Oh, we can put him here, and you can always move him later.
Put him at 8 for now, and then we'll see who I get.
There's something with the English and picking 7s at 8 that I don't know if I'm comfortable with it.
I'm just trying to decoy. Just trying a little decoy there.
Very good, Don.
Okay, I've also gone for number 8 as my captain for the team. I've gone with Dwayne Vermeulen.
Oh.
I was looking at all the captains around there, and I was trying to think of all the captains out there, who would most people want to follow?
Well, I can't disagree with that. I mean, man of match performance in the Rugby World Cup final, led by example there. He's I'd rate him as the best number 8, pure number 8 in the world.
Is that Donovan? Is that Whiteley guy going to come back?
No, he's actually retired now completely.
Okay.
He's actually now. I think he's a line-out specialist now with the Lions. He's completely retired.
Yeah, I hadn't heard of him for a while. I know he was rated before.
All right. Well, we're on the subject of loose forwards. I'm going to go with the world's best loose forward, Peter Step Dutoy.
I've got the world's best loose forward.
How the hell? You've got two of the best. That's like 2 years and 3 World Players of the Year, basically between the two of them.
What does World Player of the Year mean?
All right, Rugby Analyst, who's second selection?
Okay, I'm changing my strategy as we go.
Me too.
Ardy Surveyor can play all three positions. I'm going to pick another player who I could play anywhere. So I'm going to get Semi Radradra.
Oh,
yeah, I'm going to get him now. Get him whilst he's hot. Oh, Donovan didn't like that.
And where would you like him? You want to put him in 11 for now?
I'll put him at 13 for now.
Okay.
See what happens.
I know Don wanted him. I wanted him as well.
I wanted him big time.
All right.
Okay, I was going to go for 15, but my player's gone now, so I think I'm going to have to go to my next position. I'm actually going to go for inside centre, second 5.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to go for probably one of the most underrated, best centres in the world, Summer Karevi.
I had him as number. He was on my list for sure.
Yep.
I reckon he was one of the best players in that World Cup. He was unbelievable.
He's a great player. Very underrated as well.
Big time.
Yeah.
Best Australian by miles.
Okay, over to me. Oh, tough picks here. All right, I'm going to have to do it. I'm going to have to draft the fleet-footed Cheslin Colby.
Oh, that's a good choice.
Yeah. Very nice.
Okay.
I've seen him play at 15. I think he's a better 15 than wing, but that's my opinion.
Played 10. Didn't he play 10 the other day as well and kick?
He's played scrum off, wing, I think everything.
Wow. Okay. Here we go. I've got a combination now. So I'm changing all my ideas. I'm going to go for a power centre partnership. I'm going to play alongside Radradra, Manitou Alangi. Bam, bam. 12-13.
That is a power centre pairing.
Yeah.
That is a power midfield.
Who's left? Let's have a look. Oh, no, there's a few good names there still.
Yeah, it's funny that.
We can match power with speed. All right, Don, you're up. Third selection.
Hey, I'm going to go for the actual real players on the field now. You know, the real true heroes on the field. I'm going to go for loose head prop.
Oh.
And I'm going to go with Stephen Kitsoff.
Okay.
So basically the best loose head prop in the world. That would have been nice.
Yeah. I thought he should have started in the World Cup. I kept saying he should have started, but you won the World Cup, so it's probably not a problem.
Yeah, I think that strategy of bring on the best scrum. I think the two gentlemen off the bench are probably better scrummagers than the two that started. Would you agree with that, Don?
I agree. I think the best prop wasn't there for the entire game. I think he left right in the beginning. So I think we're pretty blessed here with quite good props.
Yep. Okay, over to me now. I am going to go. Okay. I'm going to go with, in my humble opinion, the best lock in the world, Brodie Retallick.
Okay.
I can't deny that.
Yeah, he's been injured. He was injured for the World Cup and whatnot, and I think people forgot how good he actually is.
I'm just taking all the World Player of the Years here, guys. Thanks for that.
Yeah, I noticed.
All the world's best players. Red.
Okay. Oh, this is hard. I'm trying to think who you would take, and I want to try and take them first. Okay. I'm going to take a number 8. Again, this is a player who's broken his forearms load, so people forget how unbelievable he is. I'm going to take Big Billy Vinapola. Nice. And Ardy Slayer is going to move to the flank somewhere. Pop him at 6 for now.
All right, Don. Over to you.
Jeez, I'm battling here. My next choice was going to be blindside, but the best blindside, for my opinion, has been taken. It's actually quite thin in the world, but good, decent blindsides. It's quite strange.
I agree.
So the only other decent blindside player that I can think of.
Oh no!
Don't do it.
Don't do it.
Just give it some good thought here. Are you sure you don't want to look in maybe the locking stocks or
Make another prop.
Let's be honest. It's probably about 6 or 7 world-class locks at the moment. So, Sherwood, I don't know what to do here. Okay. I'll make a decision. Okay, I'm going to go for 6 blindside flank. I'm going to go with CJ Stander.
Oh, okay. I'm happy with that.
Pure sixes. You don't. It's becoming less of a specialist role. Number 6, I'm finding.
I was just trying to think.
Specialists.
I was trying to think who's the replacement for Jerome Kano, and I just could not think of one.
Yeah.
CJ's a good player, but he's not even on my. I've got 7 on my list, and he's not there actually.
Ooh.
So I'm happy with that.
Okay, over to me. Let's see.
Could be wrong there.
Thin. Where are we thin? I am going to have to pick a centre here. The centre stocks are getting a little bit thin. I see Rich has gone with pure power, and how do we beat power with speed? So I'm going to go, in my opinion, with the best centre in the world, Jonathan Davies.
Yeah, okay. If he's fit, he'll start in the Lions, definitely.
Yep.
Yeah.
If you start in the Lions, you're one of the best. I think I'll take that point. Okay, so me, yeah?
Yep.
Cool. Trying to get with that. Okay, let's have a think. I haven't got a halfback, so I think I need to get a halfback quick. And I've got 3 that I would be happy with, but I think let's take the World Cup winner. Let's take Faf de Klerk. Let's take him.
Ooh.
There's a couple of others playing well, but I think on his game, he's the best.
Okay, Don.
Okay. A couple of choices here, but I think I'm gonna stick with my forwards theme. I'm gonna go with the most important person on the field, tight head prop. Oh, you can see I'm a South African, eh? I'm actually going to go with a player who I didn't rate about 2 years ago. I thought he was more anger than skill, but I think he's just improved drastically over time, and I'm going to go with Carl Sinker, tight head prop.
Ooh, good choice.
Good player. Not meant his handling ability, that's for sure.
All right, guys, that's the end of the first round, first 5 selections. Before we get to the negotiating and haggling, what do you think of the makeup of your squad so far, Don?
Let's have a look.
I've gone pretty much power. I think I've gone for a pretty much power kind of game.
Yeah, I've got a lot of power, but Faf's there for a little bit of speed. I'm going to need some tight 5 in a minute, but I've got some ideas.
I've certainly gone for mobility here. You can see my players are ready to throw the ball around and score plenty of points.
Yeah, I did want Bodie, but I must admit I'm happy with everyone else.
I've decided to do 1,000 mauls during the game.
To go along with your 8-0 split. Very nice. Okay, well we move to the negotiating round now. So who wants to kick things off? Any initial thoughts or selections?
Right. Zach, do you want anybody for Bodie on my list? I'm not saying I'll give them to you. I'm just wondering.
Bodie is up for negotiation, yes.
Well, everything's up for negotiation, but
Bodie is up for negotiation, but he comes as a package deal. So I'll be willing to change 2. Bodie will have to be included with someone else. I'd be willing to trade Beauden Barrett and Jonathan Davies for Manu Tuilagi and Semi Radradra.
Ooh.
No, I'd take a 1-for-1, but
Okay, Davies for Radradra it is. Shake hands.
that is. So basically, you've just told the viewers that you don't actually rate Bodie that much. Okay. I'll save it for now. I'd have taken a 1-for-1 for someone else maybe, but no, I'm happy. I'll withdraw that now.
Any other picks, Don, that you want to trade on?
I don't think I'm at that point yet. I think I'm happy with my selection, and I just maybe blindside, but there's no one's going to swap with me, so there's no point in even asking.
That's true.
Always are.
Okay.
Always are.
Let's leave it for there now. That's the end of the first round. So overall, I think we're all probably pretty happy with our selections. It sounds like.
Very much so.
Cool. Let's see what happens in round 2.